television program. My name is Betty, and we've got a youth program here for you today.
Shalom to you all, my name is Milana, and in today's program I'm going to be briefly talking to you about what's going to happen. We have worship, discussion, and teaching. I hope you'll be blessed and enjoy every part of it.
سلام ناخذكم كبرات خطاتلتنا قربان رحون زلخم أنا يوهانا بهال بمغنيات لدت قويتانا مدحينا يسوع كريستوس نزم ربات حزي هيزنا لكم قريبنا لنا بز مغنيات زون نقول لكم مقعب كعنا نابلنا نزنا MaEzer سماي تي في مدام من اسيات نجمر لنا اسعبنا دما تفلالي عينت مدبات كنقرب لكم هنا مكتتالكم نعدم سناي مكتتال قبل لكم هان منه. So we have some youth guests here. So we will be starting by introducing their names. So we will start with Mickey.
Hi, my name is Mickey. I'm 18 years old and I'm studying in college.
Hi, my name is Mulkana. I'm 18 years old and I'm studying maths and science at college.
Hi, my name is Penio. I'm 21 years old and I'm a university student.
Hello, my name is Emnet. I'm 19 years old and I'm studying science at uni.
Okay, so we're just going to start today by the discussions, and as you can see, our main aim today, or our topic, is Christmas. So we want to ask a few questions to our panel here. The first question is, Mickey, let's start with you. How do you celebrate Christmas, and is there certain things that you do in Christmas time?
Well, in my house in Christmas, all of my family gather up together, my aunties, uncles, cousins, and we normally come over the day before Christmas and we have a dinner and we eat a variety of food such as Habesha food like darha, injera, dolot, and also English food like lasagna, turkey, chicken. And we just catch up with the family members, you know, like we haven't seen each other for a long time, so we catch up what's happening in our lives, we laugh, just have fun with each other, and then normally after we eat, we go have, we chill in the living room, and we just have tea, like bona, and we just have fun, talk about different things that happen in our lives. And we also watch funny videos such as Susanina and other comedies, and then we laugh and just have fun, and just after that we normally sleep over, and yeah.
That's nice. That sounds very fun.
So with my family, we usually like switch it up. So at one year we would spend it with my uncle, the next year with my auntie, the next year at my house, and we would just eat the same as Mickey, different variety of foods, and just enjoy the time that we have with each other. We dance, we sing, and then my uncle dresses up as Santa Claus and he brings presents for everyone, and his children still don't know that he's Santa Claus till this day. So yeah.
My Christmas is quite interesting in the fact that there's quite a few of us there. We have around 30 people every year. We always get together at different people's houses, if that makes sense. So similar to Mulkana, each aunt or uncle will take it in turns to host Christmas. During Christmas, it's the routine is it's more or less the same thing every year, if that makes sense. So every year we'll all get there in the morning, cook together, lay the plates, have lunch together, and then we'll just play games for the rest of the evening. It's fun.
That's nice. How about you, Amina?
حساب كزانا حساب عند حفتي حساب دخلنا بيتسب دا قبرنا دا غيرنا مالتي عمت بحساب انت أخاخب مد بنبلع نمسح تركي نحرقرنا ندرار كأني دورها دلوت قلن قبر مالتي شو مستأخاخبنا نبلع نزمر مزمور سلام مزمور أمنات نزمر حاوي جيتار سلا يتصاوت لنا مالتي جيتار نزمر قال أملاخ نكافل مالتيو زخونة سبن حريدي له نكافل مالتي قال أملاخ يكافل شو يا مزمور مالسنا زميرنا نتصاوت نسحق ناسي موفين رأي ويقالا ناسي.
Okay, that's very interesting. Second question I'm going to be asking you, compared to how you used to celebrate it when you were younger and the way you celebrate it now, is there any difference in which one you prefer? I'm going to start with you, Penio.
When we were younger, there wasn't as much space in the houses that we lived in. So when we get together, it was always packed. The room would always be hot. And Habeshas always have this thing where they can't open windows. Like if you open windows, it's a problem. Everyone just starts screaming at you. So all windows closed, you're just boiling in one room. I think those were probably the best Christmases in the sense that everyone had to be around each other and obviously had to speak to each other in that sense. Whereas now, we're still close, but it's more spread out and everyone's obviously older now as well, which makes the dynamic slightly different.
So you prefer?
I prefer a bit of both. I like both. Do you know what I mean? It's all about the experience. But no, probably before. Yeah, I used to get presents before as well, so I hope to.
Okay, how about you, Milkana?
So it hasn't really changed, like the physical and material aspects haven't really changed. But me personally, I understand the true meaning of Christmas more, and it's not just about the presents, it's not just about spending time with family, although that's an upside, but it's also about giving, and because we've been given the ultimate gift of Jesus, so we should use that as an example to give. So that's what I understand more now.
إيه ما حبتيكني إيش تقول لخي جر كتب عليه زنا بركروني يبت أكي ويس حجي أين أيكني which one do you prefer more
كلتي أكو حدا إيو بزح في اللي يقولون جن أرى أنا كريسماس ناتي زريو مالتي كريسماس كم يجريو بزعبة من تاي مخانو سلام تاينا celebrate نقبر دلنا أرى أي تغيروا مالتي الجنا أملاح لازم تأخو you know يسوس لازم هنا the main reason سلاز تردعني أرى أي تغيروا.
How about you, Mickey?
Yeah, for me as well, it was like when I was younger, the focus of Christmas was presents, decorations, and the games. But as I've grown older, the focus has been more on Christ and the gift that God has given us. And developing my relationship with God, that's been my focus, and in my family as well. So I guess you could say when I was younger, it wasn't really heavily focused on what God done for me personally. But as I've grown older, yeah, it's been more about spending time with my family, enjoying each other's company and getting to know each other more, and yeah, celebrating what Jesus has done. Yeah.
Really very interesting points. We have heard from you raising a lot of really interesting and really nice moments that you have spent. My name is Johanna in Tigrinya, which means which is related to joy and happiness, and especially Peniel, we have raised the point saying that there were a lot of moments that you enjoyed back there when you were very young. So my question is going to be starting from that point. Is there any funny moments that you have spent, like any flashbacks you can tell us? Like, yeah, I'm sure like each and every year you have this kind of things.
I don't know, I'd probably say recently anyway, from what I can remember, the funniest thing about Christmas would be the apple bob game that we play. So basically we put about 6-7 apples into a bowl of water, and the person obviously has to get their head and dip it in and grab the apple with their mouth. Yeah, obviously my aunts tried it. It didn't really work out. One of them hit their heads. That's probably one of the funniest. But that's about it, really. My family's they're very calm, so they just go with the flow and everything sort of mashes easily, if that makes sense. Yeah.
That's really nice. Yeah. What about you, Mickey? Are there any funny moments that you could tell us from?
A funny moment for me would be probably last Christmas, where me and my family, we came together and we watched a video by Susan Yuno called Letta Cristina about the Italian person, the woman in Eritrea, and that was quite funny. We were just laughing for hours about that video, and yeah, that was quite a highlight for my last Christmas.
That's really good. What about you, Imnat? Any funny moments? I heard you raising like your brother plays guitar, and you have you spend good moments in singing Mazmur Salam, which is a bit hard for most of people at this time to quite remember them. So, is there anything related to it? Funny moments?
بزعل مزموركو بزح مسحق يلن جن إذا حلفة كريسماس جيفت نوهاب كلنا نماما تنايك أرم شجرة متحنة متقلة نايك أرم شجرة متحنة مالتي هجي أبتا بوكس مجمرتاز زجاجات اللا بوكس أبغى أتقمطها نوع شافينا قلم تقلها تحت كريسماس تري لا مالتو ساق حدش مسيلوات حقوق يساب طعمي بابا كم يجيك حاسب كيو كم يجيك خابي كم تقول تجنزب واو حقوق يسوي مالتو ربيلك أخو مو حوي مالتي طعم حقوق يسوي شو خفيفة تيا كوميدرة بس كل مسرايات بس شو رأيك وانا تنيرة كنت قلتي فهاي فلتت إن I don't know why بتحقق اسمع نسيو شو مس فلتت بقى disappointed كوينا مالتي yeah that's it so yeah كل سبس اللي تتحوس مسها نيرة خليك نيرة.
That's really funny. That's really funny. How about you, Milkana?
So this year I got my brother a present. He's only 15. And I got him a present, and on the front I wrote "Welcome to Manhood," and I got him a box with a shaver and shaving cream, but he doesn't have any facial hair, so my mum took it and she threatened to throw it away. So that's all right.
Those are nice moments, funny moments. Especially your one, Eminem. You're recycling your mom's stuff. Wow. Hilarious. Okay, good. Guys, I've got the next question then. So, as Christians, how do you believe, this is a more serious question, how do you believe Christmas should be celebrated? Should I start with you, Mickey? Is that alright?
Alright, yeah. As a Christian, I think Christmas should be celebrated in a way where the central focus is Christ and that he was born and came into the world. And yeah, especially for children, I think that should be taught to them first before like they get excited or know about Christmas presents or Santa Claus, that they should know that Christ came down. That's why we celebrate this every Christmas holiday. And yeah, just focusing on the fact that Christ came for us and just spending time with each other, you know, having fellowship with each other, enjoying our time. And yeah.
How about you, Milkana?
Well, as a Christian, I believe that as well as like being with your family and, you know, you should also remember that the main reason for Christmas is Jesus, and he is the main gift of the season, the main reason for the season. So he came as a gift, and so there's like an aspect of giving. So as Christians, we should be that light, and we should also tell people about Jesus, and we should show it by giving, like giving the gift of salvation. So bringing people to church, inviting them to any Christmas services, and just like showing them that you're there for them, because that you should be the light in the world. And as well as like being with your family, as I said, and doing other things like giving to the homeless and just being selfless, because this is a time where you can be selfless and you can give to others and just not think about yourself, because that's what society tells us to do, like me, but it shouldn't be about us, it should be about Jesus and then others. So yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah. How about you, Peniel?
Well, Christmas is a time for giving, as Milkana said, but I feel that it's also important for you to spend time with the people around you, or the people that you're close to, and just appreciate those moments, because you don't get a lot like them, if that makes sense. And you're not around, you don't get to see your family as much as you'd like. So when you have those opportunities, you should just take them and obviously just make the fullest out of them, the fullest moments out of them, basically. But yeah, I think that Christianity is, if you're a Christian, it's gonna show in your Christmas celebrations, if that makes sense. It's gonna be in there anyway, because it's always gonna be a factor. Yeah.
And it?
Yeah. ولا أنا كمان كومي أزبل Christmas مس فاميليها خونكا you know بفقري بسلام حلفو جزية سلازهونه جن مخنياتو خير الساعة مالتي تأخذك من تايكم تبعلو دلها ذكرك تخبرين من كم زخيد دلو فليتك أخت قبره خمسة لك يبلانا
Nice points. I like your points. So we celebrate Christmas. We enjoy our time in Christmas. Is there anything else you want to say, Emma?
nothing.
So we enjoy Christmas, and just what I noticed the pattern here was remembering why we're celebrating it at the end of the day, knowing what our focus is, which is Christ Jesus. So I like that all of you came to that point, which is the main reason. And people sometimes, like you said, will kind of forget this in the world. They forget what the real reason is we celebrate Christmas. So it's nice to hear.
Okay, following up on your points that you were saying, what makes Christmas special for you? Like, you stated some of it in your previous question. So adding on and expanding on that, what makes it special?
For me, it would be the people. Like, since Christmas is around the end of the year and people can be having problems or situations, just coming together that despite the problem we have, we just enjoy time with each other, love each other by giving gifts or whatever you do, just showing love with each other and just spending time with each other and just making each other happy. Like, I think that's what kind of is special for my Christmas, like being together. Yeah.
I think the same, being together with your family, and especially those that come from abroad that you haven't seen in a while. And yeah, just the atmosphere of knowing that you're free, because at the end of the day, that's what Jesus came for our freedom. So having that reminder,
My favourite part about Christmas is probably watching my little cousins open their gifts and seeing whether or not they're happy with what it is that they've gotten, because they're not afraid to show if they're not happy. That's definitely my favourite part.
إما حفتيكني كابت خالوت بعلتي الكريسماس فلي زبلو ويكاني نعخي زي أسبقا فليتي بعاليا كتب لي هتخلد من تاي مغنيات كتب لي
بس فاميلي متأخر so تعمي أزم هجو and تمخنيات وخا ناي كريسماس مخنيات بمحرات ጸጋ ደውልና ኢየሱስ ከነመስገን ጋር ሁሉ ኻቁ ስለዝኾነ ንዓ እንዳዘከርካ ኢየሱስ ተዘይመጽእ ነይሩ እዚ ሁሉ ሳይመሃለው ነይሩ እጅት ብምጽኡ እንዳዘከርካ ወንዳትሓጎስካ ምስ ፋሚሊኻ ኮንካ ክትብዕሎ ኸልካ ወድበልጽ ነገር የለን.
That's really good, yeah.
So just to break the ice a bit, I've got funny facts, or maybe not funny, of what different countries do during the Christmas time. In Finland, for example, during Christmas, they visit their passed away families. So they go to their graves, they visit them. Mickey, what do you think about this?
Well, it's quite weird. I haven't heard about this before, but because we celebrate the birth of Jesus while they celebrate the death, it's kind of like the opposite. It's quite funny. Well, not funny, but it's quite odd. But I can understand why they'll do that.
Can't you have any?
I think for them it's probably a time for people that like their family, their friends, to be able to comfort them. So I think it's nice in that sense to be there for someone that's mourning or grieving. So, and if it's a recent death, then it's probably a lot for them. So I think it's a nice thing, but then again, it's different to what we're used to. So maybe we won't think it's, yeah.
Yeah. Penny, do you have anything to say? What do you find about the idea going and seeing
I think it's interesting. I think that a lot of people do it anyway without even realizing it, because when you're around family, you'll be thinking about the people that obviously were there in the years before and aren't there anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess they're just more direct in that aspect, but it's something that is considered by everyone. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. And in, let me just share about Norway. This is a bit funny. They hide their brooms. So they put the brooms away, away, so that spirits and demons can't come and take it, like come and steal it or whatever. What do you think about this, Emne?
You just pray over it.
Pray over what? Pray over the brooms. That's a good one. They should try doing that. Yeah, it's a bit funny. But as we've said, there's this different fact. There's many other funny things that internationally they do. But the main focus, as we all, I think, agree, is the birth of Jesus Christ and remembering what Christ Jesus had done for us. So we know the truth, and it's nice to know that we have something to be joyful for and something great to celebrate and thank God for. So, yeah.
So we're wrapping up our discussion to an end. It's coming to an end. But at last, I would ask another question, and I would say we have seen different kinds of how people celebrate Christmas, and we did agree at last as Christians we celebrate Christmas because of the birth of Christ. But we have seen around us, we have a lot of friends, and we see how their families as well celebrate it. So what would you think, reaching out those people, it's another opportunity, or it's an option for us as well, not only spending your time with your family at that time, but also another opportunity for you to reach out other people. What do you think, Panel, on this? Like going out for people and reaching them with the gospel, the spiritual facts on it?
Funnily enough, for the past, I don't know, I'd say like 5 years, we've had a different person spend Christmas with us that isn't actually a part of the family. So they might not necessarily be Christian, but they're just someone that a family member knows, or someone that's recently come to the country and is spending Christmas alone. Do you know what I mean? And it's positive because it gives them a good idea of what Christmas could be like.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
obviously why our Christmas is so enjoyable, in the sense that they can see the reasoning behind it. So obviously they see Christ's hand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so we do it in that sense. I think that some people may find it harder to assist others than other people because they might not have the funds or the resources or the ability to just invite people over because there's not really enough food, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. Unplanned things.
Yeah. But, yeah.
So how about you, Milkana? Like breaking the rule of having family members only and adding another person, or maybe a colleague from school, or someone you just recently know at church, or someone new at the country?
In my family we don't really do that, but I think in the future I want to have a family of my own. I think I'd like to start a new tradition of doing that because it's nice to include others, and it's a time to think about others and not yourself. But I haven't really thought about inviting people to church during Christmas time because it's usually during Easter, but it should be during the whole of the year, not just during season. So I think I'm gonna try and work on that.
How about you, Mickey?
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea to do that because it's not like we're just stuck into a home, that there's people out there that are lost, that don't know God, or that have no hope, or just don't experience love. So as Christians, where the main thing we do is love one another, I think it would be a great idea to go out and help other people, show them love by inviting them to your house or church on a Sunday. And yeah, it's quite good, yeah.
Quite interesting. Natalie, do you want to add anything about it?
Yeah, just if we can bring friends or like people that we don't normally bring to our house on Christmas Day, we can do that. But if not, just like to make sure that we tell like the reason why we're celebrating Christmas to our friends if we can't bring them to our house, and just to like not be too influenced by the whole like tradition and how other people spend Christmas, and make sure that we say how we feel about Christmas and why we are celebrating it. Make sure to say that.
Yeah, the interesting point was once when we were celebrating Christmas at home, I asked my friend, he was a German, from Germany, and asked him to come over to our home, and then he came. Basically, back at Eritrea, we celebrate Christmas on January the 7th. So he came over and he spent the whole day with us, and he saw the way the food we eat, and the way we eat, the way we talk, and even after that, the fellowship we have, the songs, and all the music's there, and praying, and then the games you play, reading up different alphabetic names. And when he saw that, he said, "This is quite different for me. I would love to have one day as a special day, which I can spend it like this. I don't know these traditions." So I think that was an addition for him in his life, a new thing, and the way we communicate, especially speaking about God and speaking about the Word of God. And then when he listened to that, he felt good about that. So I think it's good to invite others and reach out for others as well.
And during this day and age, it's 2016, so we have social media, so it's good to use that platform to actually say the true meaning of Christmas. So that's what I try to do if I can't directly speak to people.
That's great. Oh, thank you guys, and thank you for watching. I think we finished it today. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.